Dear children, welcome to our next topic, vermitechnology. In this topic, we are going to discuss about the fertilizer. Fertilizer is the basic and very essential requirement for the agricultural processes. It is directly related to the fertility of soil. Whenever the soil is fertile, it will produce good quality of crops as well as high quantity and good quality of food grains also. In this topic, we are going to learn about how do the compost has been, that is vermicompost has been produced, and what are all the species of earthworms which are used for this technology. The awareness of organic matter and concept of sustainable agriculture is gaining importance among our farmers in the recent years to produce good quality crops. In ancient days, our ancestors purely depends upon the organic matters only for improve the soil fertility. So they have carried out the sustainable agriculture. Nowadays, it is a huge problem due to the applications of chemical fertilizers, which reduces the fertility of soil and also eradicates the beneficial soil microbes. So nowadays, our farmers get aware about the importance of organic matter and the concept of sustainable agriculture. So through these processes, the farmers can produce good quality crops. The maintenance of soil organic matter is very important for sustainable productivity, and this is attained by vermitechnology. In agriculture, the productivity of food grains is purely depends upon the fertility of soil. A good fertile soil will leads to sustainable productivity of food substances, that is the healthy development of crops. This could be attained with the help of vermitechnology. Now we are going to learn about vermiculture. Vermiculture involves the artificial rearing or cultivation of earthworms and using them for the production of compost from natural organic wastes. The vermiculture is the process by which the organic materials are converted into compost with the help of earthworms. For this purpose, the earthworms are artificially reared or cultivated in controlled environment. Different type of methods and constructions has been used for this vermiculture purpose. In that, the earthworms are cultivated or reared. The natural organic wastes which are provided as raw materials, these organic wastes are converted into compost by the earthworms. This compost is applied on soil. Now we are going to know about the species which are used for vermiculture. The earthworms used for vermicompost production are Perionyx excavatus, that is Indian blue worm, Yersinia foetida, that is red worm, Eudrilus eugenia, that is African night crawler. So look at this picture. This is Perionyx excavatus. This is familiarly known as Indian blue worm. Normally we could identify this worm in our soil. This is Yersinia foetida. It known under various common names such as red worm, brandling worm, panfish worm, trout worm, tiger worm, red wiggler worm, etc. This is a good species of earthworm adapted to decaying organic material. They are native to Europe, but they has been introduced to every other continent except Antarctica. This is Eudrilus eugenia, also familiarly known as African night crawler. Vermicomposting. It is an important component of organic farming which can convert the bio wastes into nutrient rich organic manure by using earthworms. As we know, the bio wastes are used for making the compost with the help of earthworms. In this process, the conversion of bio waste into nutrient rich organic manure has been carried out by the earthworms. The earthworms feed on the organic wastes and excrete it in digested form, that is known as castings. Castings is the substances which are the digested form, that is the excretions of earthworm. It is very much useful in the improvement of soil fertility. The compost is generally called as vermicompost. This vermicompost is applied on soil to improve its fertility. Whenever it is applied to a soil, it will increase the soil microbial population. So whenever the soil microbial population is increased, the nitrogen fixation process as well as the so many processes which are essential for the plant growth has been enhanced, which results in the healthy growth of crops. So the healthy crops will produce high quality of food grains in high quantity. Vermicompost is the excreta, that is otherwise known as worm castings, which is a fine granular organic material formed by the decomposition of organic materials by the earthworm. It is an ideal fertilizer for the soil. This is the one of the best fertilizer for soil. In ancient days, our farmers used organic residues such as the plant leaves, different type of plant leaves, agricultural wastes for improving the soil fertility. They apply such materials directly to the soil. So the soil contain indigenous earthworms. Those earthworms decompose such materials and improved the soil fertility in ancient days. So nowadays, due to the applications of chemical fertilizers, the soil microbial population as well as the earthworms also not properly available in soil. So we are in need of an alternative method. This vermicomposting is the one of the best alternative method for the production of castings, that is the material which is very useful for improving the soil fertility as well as the soil microbial population. So the vermicompost is the excreta, which is the fine granular organic material. It is purely prepared from organic substances only. The plant leaves and other agricultural waste, organic residues are used as raw materials to prepare the castings. It is one of the best fertilizer for soil. It will not affect the soil microbial population or do not cause any side effects on soil or food grains. Next, we are going to discuss about the vermicomposting materials. Biologically degradable organic wastes are used as potential organic resources for vermicomposting. That is the raw material which has been used to prepare the compost, that is biologically degradable organic wastes. Here there is no applications of any other chemical substances. Only the organic waste materials mainly obtained from agricultural products are used for the raw material, and this is the potential organic resources for vermicomposting. Some of them are given below. They are agricultural waste. This agricultural waste includes crop residues, vegetable wastes, sugarcane trash. So these are the substances which are used for preparing the vermicompost. Then the crop residues such as rice straw obtained from field, tea wastes after the process, cereal and pulse residues after the separation of good quality of cereals and pulses, then rice husk after removing the rice, tobacco waste, the coir wastes. So these are some of the crop residues which are used for vermicomposting. Then leaf litter. This is in case of gardens. So whenever the leaf fell down from the soil, it could be used as the leaves could be collected and used for vermicomposting process. Then fruit and vegetable wastes. Ripened food and matured vegetables wastes could be used for vermicomposting material. Then animal wastes, the cattle dung, poultry droppings, pig slurry, goat and sheep droppings. Mostly the waste obtained from animal husbandry is a good source for vermicomposting process. Then biogas slurry. The biogas which is produced with the help of cow dung. After obtaining the biogas, the slurry will be changed. That is, after a particular duration, the cow dung will be added in a particular interval. That is also used for preparing the vermicompost. So these are the biologically degradable organic wastes which are used as potential organic resources for vermicomposting. Look at this picture. This is vermicomposting by bin method. Here the bin is used for this process. It consists of the coarse gravel at the down portion of the bin. Above that, the earthworms are used. So in this area, the worm bedding is preferred. That is, it consists of cattle dung. Above that, the organic wastes are filled, and finally it is covered with the leaf covering. Here there is a screen outlet is there. Through this outlet, excess water will be dropped out. This water also is good in nutrients which are essential for the growth of plant. It is also applied in the agricultural field to enhance the growth of plants. Let me discuss in detail about the vermicomposting by bin method. It is the rearing of earthworms in a container or bin. As we discussed earlier, the earthworms are reared or cultured in a container or bin for this process. The container is half filled with bedding materials such as shredded cardboard, leaves, paddy husk, chopped straw, sawdust and manure. So these are the raw materials which will be converted into the compost. The shredded cardboard, leaves, paddy husk, chopped straw, sawdust and manure are used as the raw material by the earthworms. After that digestion process, it excretes the compost. Small quantity of soil and sand is added to provide necessary grit for the worms. The movement of worms is essential for moving inside the bed to prepare the compost completely. So, in order to facilitate the grit, small quantity of soil and sand is added in the bed. The bedding material should be moistened by adding water that enables free movement of the earthworms. The water is applied in a particular interval in order to facilitate the free movement of earthworm from one place to another inside the bin. The worms are gently placed and spreaded evenly on the bedding. The raw materials such as cardboard, leaves, paddy husk, chopped straw, sawdust and manure are filled evenly in the bed. In order to prepare the compost, in order to degrade the raw materials, the worms are gently placed and spreaded evenly all over the places of the bedding. The organic wastes such as kitchen waste, vegetable and fruit waste are also added, which are fed by the earthworms. This is a good source of food for earthworms. The kitchen waste, vegetable and fruit waste are fed by the earthworms. The bin is covered with coconut leaves or gunny bags to conserve moisture, provide darkness and keep out of pests. Usually, the coconut leaves or sacks are used to cover the upper layer because it is the requirement of maintain the moisture content in the compost, as well as this provide the darkness on the compost. This leads to the earthworm to visit on the up to the upper surface, which results in the preparation of compost completely, and also it maintains the presence of pests in the compost. So the coconut leaves or gunny bags are used to cover the bin to conserve moisture content, and it provides the darkness and also it keeps out of the pests. After a period of 60 days, the wastes are completely transformed into nutrient-rich materials that are excreted by earthworms known as worm castings. This bedding is kept for 60 days. After a period of 60 days, these wastes are completely transformed into nutrient-rich materials by earthworms that are excreted by the earthworms, which is known as worm castings. These castings are harvested and used as organic manure. After the completion of this process, the earthworms are separated from the soil by, that is, from the compost by using the sieves, and finally the organic manure, that is the castings are used as organic manure and applied in agriculture field to enhance the soil fertility. Next we are going to discuss about the advantages of vermicompost. There are a lot of advantages of vermicompost in agriculture. When compared to applying the chemical fertilizer, the vermicompost is very safe, as well as it also promotes the healthy growth of crops, as well as it improves the quality as well as the quantity of food grains. It is a rich source of nutrients essential for plant growth. It makes the soil fertile. The vermicompost is a rich source of nutrients. It consists of nutritional substances which are essential for the growth of plant. So, the vermicompost promotes the healthy growth of plants, which leads to the production of good quality and quantity of products. It makes the soil fertile. It improves the fertility of soil, which leads to the improvement of soil microbial population. It improves the water holding capacity and helps to prevent the soil erosion. So, the water holding capacity, so due to the fine granule structures of this compost, it improves the water holding capacity, and also it helps to prevent the soil erosion. It contains valuable vitamins, enzymes and growth regulator substances for increasing growth, vigor and yield of plants. The compost also consists of vitamin substances, enzymes and growth regulator substances which are very essential need for the growth of plant. So due to the presence of these kind of substances, it increases the growth of plant, also increases the vigor and yield of the plant. It enhances decomposition of organic matter in soil. The organic matter which are present in the soil could be easily degraded due to the presence of vermicompost in the soil. Then vermicompost is free from pathogens and toxic elements. It is a naturally occurring material, hence there is no need of toxic substances. And also it does not consist of any pathogens as well as toxic elements. The vermicompost is rich in beneficial microflora. The beneficial microbial population is very high in vermicompost. Hence, it increases the fertility of soil, which results in the healthy growth of crops as well as the production of good quality and quantity of food grains. Thank you.